Happy Miracle Monday, a little late. This is Dawn Petalino, your transformational coach and best-selling author of Peace, Power, and Miracles. And Miracle Monday is just where I remind you of certain truths and offer you some practical tools so you could live a more miraculous life in this world. And today's tip and tool is about manifestation versus miracles. And I know that a lot of people in the spiritual realm and in the self-growth and all of that, we talk about the mindset of, you know what, I can create my life and I can manifest the things in my life. And we get this idea, this intention, and this is my intention and I'm going to do this. And that's a powerful thing because intention is a decision. It's like, no matter what, this is my intention. And my intention might be, I am going to hold to my integrity. My intention might be harmony. So those are really powerful decisions. And it can only take you so far because it is our best thinking that gets us here. Our best thinking. We can go beyond manifestation to miracles. And what that means is we can depend on our own mind and the best thoughts that we can come up with, or we can tap into a higher mind, an unlimited creative source of power, and be a channel for the thinking that creates universes. So in order to go just beyond mere manifestation, but to live a truly free life where you are just this vessel, this channel for this creative source of power that lives in you to be expressed through you in a way that brings you joy in the world, is to live a life of miracles and freedom. And in order to do that, we have to think beyond the three-dimensional world, which means I cannot look at the things in this world and let them fool me. I can't let myself get scared. Doesn't mean I don't get afraid, but it does mean I have to adhere to the truth that in this moment, whether I'm having difficulty with a person, whether there's a situation, whether it's a home, a health scare, career, whatever, I have to remember that in this moment, God is here. God is here in the smack dab in the middle of this moment, and it is my job to say, all right, this God exists here in this moment. This unlimited source of power exists here. So there is harmony here if I choose to align with it. And by choosing to align with it is merely surrendering. I have to surrender to the moment and open my mind up to the possibility that another channel exists, another way exists, another outcome exists that brings out harmony and peace and abundance. And I have to just know that. And so I have to say, I have to deny, this is the tool, is denying what is in front of us, what our eyes may see, and remembering the truth that I am a child of God. I am a child of the universe. This power lives in me and through me, and it is the only power that exists. Therefore, I live in grace. I live by the grace of God. And anything else, I don't have to figure it out. I don't have to figure out the ending. I just have to know I live under the grace of God, because that's the power that I am choosing to believe. That is the power that I am choosing to align with. In the Course in Miracles, it says that the teachers of God are not afraid in this world. They trust this world because they know this world is not governed by the rules that it made up. It is governed by a much greater power that is in them, but not of them. In that power lies perfect safety. So when I can remember that, and again, it's a matter of surrendering. I got to deny the fear and say, I know I might be afraid. I know there's a part of me that is concerned about how this is all going to play out. And I know that there is a powerful source that is in me that has got this. And it is the only power that exists. And I live by the grace of God. I live by the grace of that power. And then I surrender and I step back and I watch things unfold. And I trust in that power. Now I am holding beyond manifestation to something much greater. I don't know what that is. I don't need to know what that is because I did not create that power. It is a power in me, but not of me, meaning comes through me. My job is to acknowledge it, recognize it, and ask for the realization of that power smack dab in the middle of whatever this situation is. You know, I remember where I think I've shared this story that there was a girlfriend of mine who we were living together, and she was upset with me for something. And I could feel myself wanting to get defensive. I could feel myself wanting to tell her all the reasons she was wrong. And I had to stop. And I had to pause. And I had to say, there is another power here that exists. And anything I say right now is not going to be helpful. So I had to ask that power, what I call God, what would you have me say? How would you have this go? What would you have me do? And I kind of waited there for a little bit. I really wasn't sure what to say. You're kind of standing there with this blank stare going, gosh, I hope something comes in my head. And it did, because I had suspended my own thinking and opened up to the possibility that another outcome could happen, that there was harmony somewhere, some way, some form, that the power of love existed here. I didn't have to know what it was, but I did have to stop myself from, jumping into my ego and saying, okay, what would you have me say? And the thought came to my head, validate her. Now I can tell you that was not my thought. My thought was not to validate her. It was to prove her wrong. But I stopped and I said, if that's how you saw things, then I could completely understand why you would think that and why you might feel hurt. And once I validated her, it's like all the defenses came down and we were actually able to talk. She softened, I softened. And there again was peace and harmony in a situation that didn't look like there was going to be peace and harmony. So I have to acknowledge in this moment, whatever the moment is, that there is a higher power that exists here in this moment. And my job is to surrender to it and to know that I live under the grace of this power and I don't have to know the outcome. I just have to open my mind to the possibility that it exists and then surrender and suspend my judgment enough to allow a new thought, basically a new thought to come into my head. And that is where we go beyond manifestation of our own thinking to miracles of something greater. And that's with anything. There is only one power, and that is the power of the omniscient, the omnipresent, the all-loving, higher power, God, universe, source, higher self, whatever you call it. Realize it, acknowledge it, and surrender to it. Happy Miracle Monday. I hope you take that out with you this week. And if you do come into contact with situations that frighten you or that make you angry or whatever it is that bring up the defenses, that for a moment you say, God is here, right now, and I am willing to see it. And then suspend and surrender and open up to that possibility and see what miracles unfold. Happy Miracle Monday. If you like this, share it with a friend. You can check out my website, www.donpetalino.com, for more resources, more tools, more books, blogs. And I hope you have a miraculous Monday. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.